And joining us exclusively today on the launch, Intercontinental Exchange President of Fixed Income and Data Services, Chris Edmonds. Chris, appreciate this very much. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
It sounds fascinating. I mean, there's so much intelligence, or at least arguably insight, that's in there, and you got to harness it somehow. How long has this been in the works?
It's been a few months. The biggest thing is, in a world where everything is moving at a greater frequency and a higher velocity, you don't know which one of those you're going to get caught in at any moment in time. So being able to process the level of data and the sheer volume of data into something that's usable has really been a challenge facing the industry. So for us, by applying both AI and our data science capabilities and having access to Reddit's massive, very deep conversations going on across their platform is really what led to this innovation here and what we're proud to put out into the market today.
Can you give some examples of tools or triggers that you can pull and what you get in return?
It'll be a lot of user-defined. We don't determine trading strategies at the end of the day. What we want to do is empower them. So if you have a trading strategy on your desk every day, you're using our data in order to make decisions of when to engage or to not engage, depending on what the subject may be. We're giving you that raw, ingestible format that you can take in there, and that way you're not guessing whether or not you got the right last headline, but you're actually able to see that signal and the sentiment along the way. I'll give you one example. We started seeing stuff about the Japanese yen before Christmas in the data. As soon as the snap election happened was announced on January 19th, we saw the signal become a sentiment and immediately go negative along the way. You're going to be able to see that entire trend as you use the service on a go-forward basis.
Who is the you? Like, who are you selling this to? Is this for institutional investors?
It is for institutional capital markets. That'll be the primary. That's who ingest our data today in all forms of fashions along the way. It'll be open to everyone, but it's primarily catered to someone who has a very sophisticated platform and program of transactions that they're attempting to manage the risk on, and they want to put that in one more confirmation bias in their trading strategy.
I wonder if it feeds the view that, the institutional investor is going to sort of take advantage of the little guy, right, by being now a few steps ahead of them and try to bet against them.
I would say it's probably more of a democratization, Sarah, on that, because now we want to be able to see that. It's so widespread, the amount of data that people are looking at different times. So you and I may see the same data. We may see it at a different time, but for very different reasons along the way. I actually think it brings more investors together around the same level of information to express the view that is most important to their portfolio.
From a tech standpoint, Chris, is this hard to do? Is this a challenge? And are there innovations that's going to let you do even more in the next 5 years?
It is a challenge. I think managing data across the board has been a challenge because there's so much more of that. My earlier comment about both frequency and velocity. There's so much moving around at the time. What do you do to capture the right information at the right time? Certainly AI has been helpful to us as data science has become a bigger part of the trading community along the way. It has been for years. People were buying satellite images of Walmart parking lots and things of that nature. This is sort of the next evolution in that. The more that we can get that efficient and the more users begin to incorporate this into their trading strategies, they will get better at asking us, how do we provide that next level of data to them? So I do believe the deployment will get easier over the next 5 years. Right now, we're excited about being able to put this out there and be able to and give people the ability to digest it.
Is Reddit still as active as it was, say, 5 years ago during the height of the GameStop
Not only is it very active, but the depth of it is giving you so much more of the sentiment value of the conversations that are going on across that. But it is a growing platform of messages, hundreds of millions of those happening on a weekly basis that are particular to given opportunities. I'll throw out
like
one
what?
other example.
Yeah, we want the opportunities.
One other example might be in muni bonds. Imagine all the things that we're seeing happening today in the world of climate hazard risk and things of that nature and impacting local municipal bonds' ability to raise funds. You're actually getting on the ground feedback now through Reddit communities of how that information you can use that to make your decision of whether or not that is something that's investable for you in your portfolio.
Yeah. I mean, the sell side always talks about channel checks, but we're in a much different world now, especially if you're able to just harness these things that grew organically. Chris, it's incredible. It just started up out of nothing, and it's just a matter of building the bridge from here to there.
100% correct, Carl. And it's exciting for us to bring that, because every time we have a conversation about this new capability, the next set of questions is giving us another way to go back and look at how do we package that for the consumer to use along the way. And it gives us a lot of hope for the future of how we can democratize the information and make sure people are best informed when it comes time to make a trading decision.